We would like to share with you a sales rep's and owner's perspective on collecting payment inside Solatech DOS and Focus 2.0. A third-party payment app might do the transaction, but only the built-in Solatech integrated payment process ties that transaction to the sale automatically, keeps a card on file so you're never chasing a balance, gives clients more ways to say yes, and moves the vendor order forward the moment money changes hands. For a sales rep, that's fewer steps, fewer follow-ups, and a shorter path from quote to paid, ordered, and delivered. Every sale you close still has to turn into money in the bank, and how you collect that money either keeps you moving to the next client or eats an afternoon in admin work. Your Solatech software has integrated payment processing built directly into the sale record, not a separate app, terminal, or login. Here's what that actually means for you day to day. The deposit collection button is right on the sale record next to the total you just walked the client through. There's no "let me grab the card reader" or "I'll email you an invoice link later." You present the quote, they say yes, and you collect the deposit in the same screen, in the same conversation, while their enthusiasm is highest and before they have time to think it over or change their mind. That immediacy is worth real money. A sale collected on the spot is a sale that can't fall through later. When you run the deposit through your Solatech software, there's a simple checkbox to capture the payment method for future use. Check it once at the deposit, and the balance due at delivery doesn't require you to track the client down, re-explain the amount, or hope they still have their card handy. You or anyone on your team can charge the stored card directly against the sale when the order is installed or ships. That turns chasing a check, one of the most time-consuming, least predictable parts of this job, into a task that takes 30 seconds. Not every client is going to be in front of you when they're ready to pay, and not every deposit needs a live conversation to close. A generated payment link from inside the sale puts the exact amount, whether that is a suggested deposit, full balance, or custom amount, into a shareable link or QR code included in the invoice or payment request sent from the sale page. Or you can text or email it independently. The client pays on their phone at their convenience, and the payment lands back on the sale automatically. No separate invoice, no separate system for them to log into, and no delay while you wait for a callback. The payment processing screen isn't limited to a credit card. It offers payments with Visa, MasterCard, Amex, Discover, as well as Cash App Pay and Google Pay. You can also offer buy now, pay later financing with Affirm. You can also offer your customers the option of transferring the funds directly into your account via ACH bank transfer. For bigger tickets, whole house shutters, a full motorization upgrade, the built-in financing options can be the difference between a client stalling on price and a client saying yes, without you ever having to hand off to a separate financing application or a third-party lender's paperwork. Every dollar collected, deposit, balance, partial payment, posts straight to that sales payments ledger, and the balance line updates itself in real time. Compare that to running payments through a standalone terminal or a different software entirely. You'd be manually noting in Solatech that the client paid, hoping the amount and the sale line up, and reconciling two systems at the end of the month. With Solatech's integrated payment processing built in, there's nothing to reconcile. What's collected and what's owed live on the same page, always in sync. The default sale workflow itself has a dedicated deposit process stage. The moment that deposit clears, the sale is visibly ready to move forward, and the vendor PO can go out immediately instead of waiting on a mailed check or a manual card run. Faster deposit collection isn't just convenient for you, it compresses the entire timeline from client said yes to order is placed, which means faster delivery and a client who's happy sooner. It's tempting to offer a client the option to pay by check to save them the 3%. It feels generous. It isn't, it's a trade, and you're the one paying for it. If you wait for a check to clear before you can move the job forward, every day that check is in transit or sitting in a drawer is a day the vendor PO hasn't been placed. Or if it has, it was at a risk. The install hasn't been scheduled and the job hasn't turned. You lost time to save someone else money, and time is money. If anything goes wrong with that check, it's short, it bounces, it's lost, it's held for a hold period that isn't a minor inconvenience. It's extra unpaid work and expense on you or your team, chasing down something that a stored card would have resolved in 30 seconds. Run it through integrated payment processing inside Solatech instead, and treat the 3% the way you treat any other cost of doing business, and build it into your costs. You get paid immediately. You turn the job the same day, you collect the balance just as fast when it ships, and you're already on to the next opportunity instead of waiting on the mail. If you genuinely believe a 3% difference is what will cost you the sale, then honestly, at that point you're not selling the job, you're bidding the job to the lowest price. If you want to help the customer to close the sale, allow them to get their credit card points or offer a discount for any other reason, and you'll get a better response than deducting the expected 3% fee. Being fast, professional, and efficient closes more sales more often than shaving 3% off for a credit card ever will. Reach out to your internal Solatech account admin or our sales team if you have questions or want to get started increasing your productivity and sales with Solatech's integrated payment processing.